Oh boy. So, today's topic, it's the idea that you are what you attract. I'm a firm believer in this because who you are as a person is going to reflect in your dating life. Who you are as a person is going to reflect in the people that come towards you, or that you chase after, or that chase after you, vice versa. Yeah. Pretty much, like, this is something I feel like I've experienced a lot in my life. And I think it's more recent than me coming to terms with that. Accepting that I am not the person I thought I was. And that the people that I've come across and had all these things with, they never went anywhere. Probably partially a good chunk of it because of who I am. And that reflected in those people because those people weren't very great either. And that didn't end up so well for me. A lot of those people were just very similar to me, and I didn't come to terms with that or come to realize it until a few weeks ago. I think it kind of came to me one night when I was just journaling about something. Probably about the past, or I don't know, something along the lines of that. And I don't know, it kind of just, it fluttered through my mind a bit, but then it kind of just suddenly hit me like a wall of the idea that what if the reason why I've had so much bad luck is because of the person I am inside? And what if I've been just negligent of that this whole time? And just kind of pushing it aside and thinking, oh, the next one will be different. What if the next one won't be different? What if it's just a cycle over and over and over again of the same kind of thing? Just the same kind of people because I haven't changed. I keep making the same few mistakes that give me the same outcome each time. And then I kind of dug a little deeper into my memories and of the things that I've been through. And kind of understood that the negative traits that I might still possess that I don't quite realize that I have are present in the people that I've been with. These people are very similar to me, but not for the right reasons. They're similar to me because of the things, of the more negative traits that we both have. And they attract to one another. And they've led up to where I am now. It's kind of a hard thing to wrap your mind around. That you're not necessarily the good guy. I'm not saying I'm a bad person or anything, but I think for a while I've had a few underlying traits that I've really needed to work on and get rid of from my personality, or at least change. And I've kind of just pushed that fact aside and kind of blamed it on the other person. Not necessarily blamed, but have directed the reasoning for why it didn't work out towards that other person, without really giving myself a check-in on what I did wrong. And I think some of the things that I did in the past that were wrong were kind of connected to my traits that I didn't really understand that I have. But I don't know. It's a confusing thing. I'm sure many other people out there, especially probably a lot of you guys who are watching my videos maybe, experience a lot of what I've experienced and kind of haven't come to realize that potentially why you've had a bunch of bad luck is because you haven't made enough self-change. And it makes sense in my eyes, because there's been plenty of times in the past, especially with the most recent one, when I was about to go into a period of my life where I wasn't really going to chase or go after anybody. I was kind of just going to do my own thing for a while. And then as soon as I did, she popped into the picture. And I never really got that full chance to work on myself, because I got wrapped up into it and she was all I wanted. But now I'm in the position, and I've been in the position for, I don't know, I mean, technically speaking, a while now, but to the point where I've really locked in on it. 4 weeks or so, 3 or 4 weeks. And it's definitely made a difference in my day-to-day life. I feel like I've had a lot more fluent conversations, especially with the help of jacking off, or the help of not jacking off, sorry. This is kind of off topic, but I have a question for some of you. Do you feel like that when you have a bit of an addiction to masturbation, you almost become more quiet? You almost appear to the other person like you're disinterested, like you don't care about their time or their presence. And I feel like in the past, with a lot of the dates that I've been on, that's kind of where they've gone wrong. Because I've given off the energy that I don't care. Because I've been quiet. Or quieter, I should say. All because I've got no energy because of how much I was masturbating. Kind of off topic from what I was talking about, but it also kind of ties into the video with those negative traits. And I guess in this case, negative habits, if you want to call this habit a trait, which I don't really think it is. I mean, it's a habit you can break if you really put time into it. And it's one I've broken so far by not doing, but mentally it's definitely hard. To just continue every day to fight the urge to just not masturbate. And I know in the long run it's going to do me a massive solid in my dating life and whatnot. So I wonder sometimes if that's been a whole part of who I am. In a sense, it's kind of made me the person I am today. The whole idea of who you are is who you attract is it's a very complicated one, and it's a massive loophole, and I could go on and on about it all day. About my ideas on it, my conspiracies. Like, I also feel like that's kind of in a way why a lot of relationships don't work. Because of those negative traits. But in this case, they do the opposite of what they've done to me. Those negative traits, they almost like, they're two ends of the same magnet. Like a north end and a north end. Or is it the other way around? I can't remember. The two opposite ends or whatever of a magnet that don't connect to each other and attract to each other. If you get what I'm trying to say here. Those traits or habits or whatever just don't like... don't meet one another. That's all for today. I gotta get back on my consistency with uploading. Hasn't been great lately, I know. I started up a new job, so things have been a little dicey with time, but I'm gonna get back on it. So, and I've also been a little sick lately, so it's been hard to work around, but we're gonna get back onto it. But all for today. Stay blessed.